BookTube. For the second tag video I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be doing the 80s music book tag. I first discovered this tag on Brian at Bookich's channel. He did a 3 tag video today, and the tag was originally created by Laura at the Book Bubbler. So I'll link both down below. Okay, so about the 80s, I don't remember much of the 80s except for He-Man, She-Ra, G.I. Joe, Sword and Sorcery movies. I was born in 1983, so yeah, don't quite remember a whole lot. Although I have been getting into some music, but not a whole lot. So prompt number 1. Cyndi Lauper, True Colors. Love Cyndi Lauper, love True Colors. Name a book that represents the true you. Oh, this one was tough. I struggled with this one. I'm not entirely sure my choice quite works, quite really is me. But then again, I don't think there really is a book that really reflects the real me. That book will probably be a book I write my damn self. And yes, please keep on me until I actually write that bloody book, or that blasted book, or however you want to refer to that book. So, but until then, the placeholder for the book that represents the real me, I'm going to go with The Last Son by Katie Edwards, which, despite as much many problems as I have with it, as much as I've complained about the book, I do really love it. And I am quite looking forward to giving this book and The Hanged Man another read in the near future. Prompt number 2. REO Speedwagon, Keep On Loving You. I've never heard of them. What's your favorite book from the 1980s? Honestly, I'm not as well read on the 1980s as I would like to be. That is maybe one thing I do want to correct. Maybe a new reading project. So, if you have any science fiction, fantasy, literary fiction, realistic fiction, whatever, to recommend, please leave it down in the comments below. So I'm going to go with Alan Hollinghurst's The Swimming Pool Library, which I read a few years ago. It came out in the tail end of the 80s, 88, 89. It's about a young gay man who gets involved with an older gay man and really learns more about this older gay man's life. And I remember it being incredibly powerful. It's been some years since I've read it, so I'm not as remember much about it. I mean, it's been like over 10 years. So let's... Oh no, that's... Okay, so yeah. Sorry. I was looking to see if there was a blurb on the... like a synopsis on the back, but I don't think there was. But I do remember really enjoying it, and I do want to reread it at some point. Number 3. Aretha Franklin and George Michael. Knew You Were Waiting. I've heard both of them, but I don't think I've ever heard that duet. A book published in the 1980s that you still want to read. Very appropriate then. Oh, I'm a complete and total dingbat. I was going to, expecting to see Bret Easton Ellis's The Rules of Attraction, but that was not the book I wanted to mention. The book I wanted to mention for this prompt would be one I do not have, and that is Sarah Bird's novel, The Alamo House. I When I was formulating my America 20 project, I wanted a Texas author or some Texas authors represented, and the one I found was Sarah Bird, whose novel Alamo House is about. It's a student novel set at the University of Texas in Austin. So I'm like, yes, I want to read this. I just have not gotten around to buying it yet. If I do manage to buy another literary fiction haul from Alibris, you can count it will be one of those books. Whether or not it'll be this month, I don't know. But hopefully soon. Prompt number 4. White Snake, Here I Go Again. Never heard of them. A book series or an author's new release that you are highly anticipating. Got some books poorly adjusted. So I'm going to go with 2 books. Let's go to my pre-order so I can have the books. So I am looking forward to the sequel or the final book in Asuma Zehanat Khan's the Coruscant Archive series. The 4th book is The Bladebone, which will be coming out on October 6th, hopefully. So definitely looking forward to that one. And I'm also looking forward to Hello Again, Jenn Lyons. The 3rd book in her series, A Chorus of Dragons. The 3rd book is The Memory of Souls, which will be coming out August 25th. Looking forward to that one too. And another book is just random. Book I'm looking forward to is A Dessert Person by Claire Saffitz. So just throwing that out there. Okay, back to the tags. Dead or Alive, or number 5. Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Round. A book you would like to or want to read again. Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. I really want to come back and reread this book and really have another go at it and really sort of enjoy this book again. Yeah. Prompt number 6. Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. A book that was recommended to you that you didn't really like. Well, you're going to be getting a rant on Friday about this book. Now, while nobody has personally recommended The Way of Kings or the Stormlight Archive to me personally, if you are in any way affiliated or like subscribe to Science Fiction and Fantasy BookTube, Brandon Sanderson is usually very highly regarded in the science fiction and fantasy BookTube sphere. I've struggled with him. I really did not care for this book at all. I made it about 10% of the way through, which is only about 100 pages because the thing's about 1,000 pages long. Well, almost like 1,100 pages long, and it's actually more like 1,200 pages long in this edition, but no. Editor, where are you? Really, editor, where are you? Number 7, Van Halen, Jump. A book that scared or surprised you. I'm going to go with Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey. Now, this is a contemporary fantasy. It is a fantasy set in the real world. It's basically sort of a magic school that is more inspired by American public schools than, say, private schools or even, say, the British public schools or boarding schools. I think I was surprised by how bad the solution to the mystery was. So the story is about a young woman who is basically a mundane. She has no magical powers. Her sister, I think it's her twin sister, if I remember correctly, is a very accomplished witch or magician. And the sister, who's not magical, basically becomes a private detective and is hired by the school to investigate death of a teacher. And it's eventually discovered what it is deeply disappointing. It's just very disappointing. I mean, I will come back to this book eventually, but for right now, I was surprised in not a very good way, unfortunately. Prompt number 8. What about love? Heart. What about love? I think I've heard some songs by Heart. What do you love about BookTube? Everything. What's there not to love about BookTube? So, yeah. Again, if you would, yeah, this tag sounds fun, consider yourselves tagged. So I'm going to sign off for now. Have a great afternoon and stay safe, BookTube. See you tomorrow with another video, hopefully.